Ahoy there, me hearties! This be Captain Silver Hook, and you're listening to the Two Old Pirates podcast. Set sail for an open sea of stories, tales, and some really crazy stuff. I expect you to like and subscribe, lest you be walking the plank. Ha ha ha!
Hey, it's Two Old Pirates. We are here from Vinny's.
Yeah, my place. You can tell. Look at all the toys.
We traveled down here. I traveled down so we could go ahead.
I'm almost 40.
It feels like... so this is episode 116.
16.
No, 116.
116. Yeah. Well, you leave the one off at this point.
Right.
You know, just...
All right. So, yeah, it's episode 116. And what we did is the first contest that we did with all the restaurants and stuff came off so well. We said we might do a second one. And then the next episode that I uploaded was just some old film from 1989 where you got to see HEB and different things like that. And that did so well. So we're coming back with a contest again.
Make lightning strike thrice.
And we just went ahead and passed out the gift cards that I told you that we would. And Elsa, very sweet lady, she took first place and Tiffany took second. And you can see their pictures right here of them
That's
winning.
Proof that we did it.
And you guys can go ahead and do the same thing. So tonight with contest 2, what we did is we went around town and we decided to go ahead and do about a half dozen past what we would call beer joints, bars,
dive bars,
clubs, whatever,
dance halls,
whatever you have.
Nightlife.
Yeah, the nightlife that was here. Now they're all gone.
Yeah,
they're all gone. So we're not talking about any of these modern things. We're not talking about like any of the modern clubs here, any of the bars or anything like that. So we have a half dozen here that we want to present to you, and if you follow through, you're gonna have to watch the whole video because there's like little bitty Easter eggs and stuff for you to win. So you can't just skip.
Yeah.
You might miss something. So if you watch these, we give you a half dozen of old school bars from here in Rockport over the years. We're gonna say probably from the 70s to the 90s. Something like that, 2000 maybe.
Good old days.
Yeah, the good old days. So if you enjoyed the last contest, this is your chance. It's live. Remember this email right here. You can go ahead and get back to us, and we'll see who's going to be first or second this place.
It's the same rules as last time. Do not leave your answers in a comment.
No
Don't
answers.
do that.
No, don't comment.
We're going to delete those.
Anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this awesome contest number 2.
There we go. That's a little transition.
All right, we're here on Highway 35 South going towards Aransas that way, and I'm hoping I'm still in the right spot where this pavilion is right here. You might remember back in the day that there was an establishment here. I'm not going to give you any other things. You know what the title is. You know what type of business we're talking about. But right here, there was an establishment that was here for years and years and years. A lot of people came and enjoyed themselves. Let's put it that way. They had a lot of drinks here. So if they enjoyed themselves there and you were ever here, if you ever remember this place, go ahead and let me know in the comments, and we'll see who gets it first this time. Well, folks, we're here on another journey. As you see here, this is Rosita's Taqueria, established 1993. So it's been here for most of your lives, or for a very long time. We're talking 32 years now. But before that, as I lived in this neighborhood, which we affectionately known as the Mexican Park, across the street from the old VFW, which was blown down, this was a bar. It was a bar that you might not remember, but I remember it for a particular reason, because my uncle, who had a drinking problem, and he came to visit us from Massachusetts, he used to sneak out and come over here and walk across Market, and he'd go in here and he'd get plastered. Then he would just try to stumble home back to our house and sneak in without getting caught, although he's a 40-something-year-old man. Good times. We found him in the ditch once, completely passed out, and we thought he might be dead, but he wasn't. He was just drunk. But do you remember this establishment from way back in the 70s and 80s? Well, folks, here's the Rockport Center of the Arts, a big old building that I wasn't used to growing up and stuff, but it's supposed to be really good for the local artists and stuff. But going this way, if you look at this opening over here in Rockport, if you remember, this was the place that a lot of the shrimpers over here, where you see a lot of the sailboat masts and stuff, but you know, you had shrimpers and stuff that would come in here and they'd have their money, they'd have their cash that they just got, and they had to have a place to drop it. So they wanted to go ahead and have a place that they could go and maybe get a lady, maybe get a little bit of beer going on. And this place that used to be right here was a famous beer joint, as we used to call it, here in Rockport, where there was sometimes people that got knifed, might have been an occasional shooting, things like that. Not bad, but this is a very famous spot. I have a couple pictures that I might add up later on to go and show you what it looked like, but this was one of the premier beer joints in town. So we're here on Highway 35 going north, and we're right here at Rockport Printing Center. It's been here for about, I don't know, 18, 20 years or something like that, but there used to be a famous place to go drink alcohol right here. Los Amigos, the famous Mexican restaurant, used to be here, that was here for decades and decades and decades, owned by the Solis family, wonderful family. I want to give them a shout out. It's now gone, sadly, and this place is gone. Do you remember what establishment used to be here? And I'm going to give you a little bit of a clue. I believe that they used to let you rent like a RV place in the back. If you had an RV, you could station your RV back there, but this is one of the other places that you could go and come and have a nightcap, let's put it that way, or have a cold beer or a highball or whatever you guys want to call it, instead of a shot of whiskey. Do you remember what this place used to be right here on Highway 35?
Hey, Vinny here. I'm in this video too. We're out front of a place of business called Zavala's Furniture and Mattresses. What used to be here, you probably remember, as being Cinema 4, the movie theater that we've talked about on the Two Old Pirates podcast before. Same owner as the Cinema 35 over across Highway 35, where I got left by the daycare center when we told that story. The owner of that establishment actually left the comment on that video saying he was the guy that actually called the daycare center. That was really cool that he showed up in the comments. Hi, Jeff. Anyways, so what used to be here before it was Cinema 4, though, was kind of more of the a kind of place you would kind of dress up to go to. A lot of young couples would go there, have a nice drink. You could dance a little bit. You know, there was live music. They would have people come perform at this place of business, and then it shut down. And then, of course, the movie theater moved in. And when that happened, there was extensive renovations to the building to put the slope down for all the movie theater seats, and that was a whole ordeal when that was getting done. So before it was the Cinema 4, what hangout place for couples used to be here?
All right, folks, we're out here on Highway 35 North. We're going out of town. And this establishment here, established in 2024, so it has not been around a long time. It's called Headliner's Bar. It's been a multitude of different things ever since my childhood, a whole bunch of bars, but there's one in particular bar that I'm thinking about, one particular beer joint that I'm thinking about that was stationed here for a very, very long time, 70s, 80s, and maybe even into the 90s. The one bar that we will accept, if you go ahead and get it right, is the one that was here the longest. Do you know which one this was? And trust me, there's been a multitude of bars here. I'm sure a lot of people have lost a lot of brain cells in this place, in this building. And then this one, of course, is the... All right, so here we are. As you can hear, the cars are going. We're on Highway 35 North, going even further north. And as you see, I'm standing in front of a Dollar General right now. This Dollar General is relatively new to somebody like me who's not used to it. But if you remember, this is a bonus one. If you remember way back in the day, there was an establishment here off the road, down from the back 40 that we talked about. It was a bunch of different places, let's put it that way. But if you can name one of the two that it was most popular as, because it never seemed to stay open, it was always shut down. But there was two different places back in the 70s, 80s, 90s, places, time like that this place was open and it was thriving, and people would come in here to have a drink and maybe dance and have a little bit of good times. If you can name either one of those two, that's a bonus point for you. Okay, so we hope that you enjoyed that.
I was in one of them.
He was in one of them. Now, here's the deal. Vinny didn't want to be in very many of them because he's like,
I don't remember,
this is all before my time. Yeah. And he doesn't really frequent a whole bunch of different bars.
I couldn't tell,
and so the thing is, he's all like, can you kind of take this since you kind of knew that? I was all, I guess so if I have to. You know, I'll be the Denzel Washington here. But anyways, we hope that you enjoyed it. If you did go to any of those establishments, I'm sure you had a great time. I'm sure you left in a better mood than you went in. Probably. But please make sure that this email right here, that you only send your answers here. And like Vinny has said over and over, it's timestamped.
Timestamped.
So if you get there first and you have them all in correct order and it's timestamped, even if somebody comes in a minute after you, you're going to be our winner and you're going to be our second place.
So the sooner you can watch this, that's why I got to subscribe, so you get the notification that you got a new Two Old Pirates. Check it out. All 6 places. Bang, bang, bang. Email it.
With the picture that you're subscribed.
Yeah, as soon as it gets in, whoever gets there first and gets them all right, you're the winner. So second place is second place.
You got your list, the picture that you're a subscriber, and bam, you could win free money.
Free money.
So, and if you like this one, we might do a third one in another maybe half a month to a month. Anyways,
we'll see.
I hope that you enjoyed it, though. Email this email right here with all your answers. For the Two Old Pirates, I'm Eric.
Vinny.
Peace.